তুমি কি শুনতে পাচ্ছ? তুমি এখন তোমার কাছে আর কিছু শুনো না, ঠিক আছে? শুনো না কিন্তু তুমি কোনো একটা ব্যাকগ্রাউন্ড মিউজিক দাও। আফটার গড প্রমিস কিছু শুনতেছ না? ওকে, গুড। I think this is the second day of trying to record the first episode of my first ever podcast, but here I am. So, welcome to the first episode of my podcast. I still haven't really decided a name of the podcast, but I just had to get this started. Otherwise, this would have just remained another unfulfilled idea, stale, rotten inside my brain, and I really didn't want that to happen with this one. All right. A brief introduction about myself. I'm Rifa. I am a girl based in Bangladesh. Career wise, I am a growth marketer. Non career wise or passion wise, I am a wannabe blogger. I write about stuff that happens around me. I have an Instagram blog. I have two Substack blogs, and then I also have my own website that I don't run anymore. I might just not renew the domain purchase this year. But, anyways, so that's about me. The people who are here actually in this YouTube channel, they're mostly from my Instagram or they're my friends. So, you people already know me, but this intro is for the people who hopefully are new here. What's the purpose behind having this podcast? I just wanted to have like an outlet for myself where I'd be able to share an auditory version of my thoughts as well as something that I can add value to. Right now, this first episode will be mostly about the random stuff that's currently happening in my life, and you may find it boring. But I promise that by the second or the third episode, I'll have like a content plan ready and maybe something more valuable that you will find interesting to listen to. The other reason why I wanted to have this podcast is basically lately I've been thinking a lot about having or pursuing my side hustle as a blogger. I think besides writing, creating content in form of video and audio is a pretty cool thing, and I have grown up watching my favorite vloggers like Michelle Reed, Morgan Long doing it. So I always wanted to try it out, but I just wanted to give this a try just so that I don't have any regrets 5 years later that hey, only if I had opened that YouTube channel or only if I had opened or started my podcast. Putting all that aside, here's the summary or here's the table of content of the stuff that I'll be talking about today. Firstly, my career update. Secondly, what I've been doing, like my health update. Thirdly, season update. Fourthly, miscellaneous. Okay, I'll start with the career one. So right now I'm in a career break. It's been 2 weeks. I am unemployed. My last job didn't turn out as I had expected to be. Maybe I'll talk about it in some other episode. Maybe I'll create a content about the basic red flags that you'd like to address and how to get out of like a toxic workplace. But that's topic for another day. That's the latest update on career side. uh, Last 2 weeks has been really difficult for me. I kind of spent completely clueless days not knowing what to do. There were days when I kind of struggled getting out of the bed. I tried my best to get off the rut, and I felt that this is the best time for launching my creative projects, and that kind of includes the podcast as well. So, as you can see, I have been taking the baby steps. I have a few plans, although right now I'm not really looking for jobs, and maybe I won't be looking for jobs for like another 1 month. I have been planning on dedicating this 1 month to work on my skills. So I am like, as a growth marketer, it's very important that you have the skills of a marketing generalist, There are different aspects of marketing, and when it comes to like software marketing, there like it's a whole different world. And I feel that besides having surface level idea, it's sometimes helpful to have a bit technical knowledge as well. I personally feel that my data analysis skill is pretty dull, so I'd like to sharpen that for this 1 month. I know 1 month isn't enough to sharpen one's data analysis skills, but I just like to get this thing started. Other than that, I would like to get more regular in terms of posting on LinkedIn and in terms of publishing the in the Substack blog, that's the Growth Life, where I basically talk about marketing related stuff. I want to be more regular there. So there you go. That's the update on the career side. Tied to that comes the health update. So as you all know, I kind of started full time last year, and I have been all this time I've been working remotely from my home, 8 to 10 hours stuck to my workstation, and that kind of increased my weight and most probably my cortisol. I haven't really diagnosed that medically. I can just tell it from my symptoms, but I have been doing that well physically. So I have also decided that this 1 month I would like to be extra careful towards my health, and that kind of includes incorporating more movement into my daily routine. I was already going to gym, but it was mostly strength training, and I kind of needed to do cardio as well. So what I'm doing currently is I've been trying to walk more, and so far there's been very little progress. But other than walking, I'm also trying to improve my food habit. So previously, I used to have like lots of processed food, refined sugar. So I'm trying to curb those as well. Trying to have more complex carbs, fresh fruits, vegetables. I still haven't seen that much progress, but I hope that I'll see some in like next 1 month, and then I'll be able to update you. Connected to that comes the mental health part. So as I said, my last job wasn't really a healthy one, and that kind of left me pretty burned out. And since I left, it's been really difficult to focus on anything or to think with clarity. As I said, I mean, there were even days when I was like just lying in the bed thinking, what's the purpose of waking up? But I'm trying to leave that all behind. I know I'm currently in a rut, and I am trying my best to get out of it. I've been trying to do it by focusing more on the creative projects. That's that. I've also been doing a few more things. For example, every morning I kind of write on my journal. I kind of prepare like a very small list of the stuff that I'd like to achieve on that particular day. Not always I can tick them off, which is very unlike me, but I know it will be difficult in the beginning, but slowly maybe I'll again get back to my usual routine. Thought dumping kind of helps though. Other than that, I've been also going on long walks, and this time I usually listen to music or podcast while going while walking, but right now I've been trying to not listen to anything. Rather, I let the thoughts run wild, free in my brain, and I feel that that has been really beneficial for me. Like after each long walk session, I kind of feel a lot clear-headed. So let's see what happens. The next thing that I'd like to talk about is the seasonal change, and I think right now this is something. I mean, this is one of the positive things that's currently happening around me. So, as you all know, it's currently autumn in Bangladesh. Although, I mean, if you're from Bangladesh, you already know that we cannot celebrate autumn. I mean, we don't have autumn like that with fallish vibes. But and if you're not from Bangladesh by now, you will already know that we don't have it here. Yet, I don't know, somewhere down the line, I mean, since I was a kid, some weird fascination about fall kind of developed inside me. Maybe it's because of the books I read, or the movies I watched, or the vlogs I watched. But I feel that fall comes with this very affectionate kind of vibe where uh, it has this coziness in it, which kind of hugs you, makes you feel comforted. And the season calls for relaxation and healing. Uh, fa- so, fall isn't exactly a season of renewal, but it's definitely a season of new beginnings. Uh, I don't know if that makes any sense, but I just hope that this fall brings lots of positive opportunities in all our lives with its magical, mystical manner. I hope that someday I get to celebrate or I get to like enjoy a fall, a typical New York style fall. Uh, this is one of the adult daydreams that I currently have, but inshallah, let's see what happens. So, that will be about the first episode of my podcast. I hope that I didn't bore you with my random ramble. And by the second episode, I hope that I'll have a name for this podcast ready, a better content plan. So already I kind of held an AMA session in my Instagram where people really helped me out with the content ideas. I all of them may not be included in the podcast. It actually depends on what niche I decide for this podcast. Maybe for the first few episodes there wouldn't be any niche. Uh, but yep, there will be better content for sure other than my random rambling. I hope that you enjoyed this one. I hope I didn't drive you away on this first episode itself. I hope you'll be here for the next one. And yeah, till then, I hope you all have like an amazing time. Be safe, take care. Bye.